Welcome to That Card Collectors Podcast with your host, Ian Taylor.
Careful now, Josh. You'll pop a stitch. I just thought he's going to be bopping around there, and he's going to re-injure himself. Anyway, we won't go into the details of that live on air unless you really want to. Welcome everybody. Welcome to That Card Collectors Podcast. My name is Ian. With me this week is Josh.
What it is
Indeed, and Jason.
Hello.
Hello. Wesley is buried under nieces and nephews, and Keith is absent without leave. So that's us this week, folks. Thanks for listening to That Card Collectors Podcast. We'll see you next time. Jason, do you want to lead us out?
Yeah.
Shortest episode ever. Hello. This is the first one we've recorded since 2025 became 2026. So I hope you all had fabulous holidays, I think is the way that you American people say it.
Yeah, absolutely. That works.
Yeah.
That plays ball.
Does holidays kind of catch a 3-month window of time in America? It pretty much does, doesn't it?
Yeah. You're gonna get everybody's core base. You know, the beginning's the same, the middle a little different for a few of us, and then you got New Year's in there. That's a good one.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you've kind of got Halloween in there, you've got Thanksgiving in there, you've got all the various different denomination and religion festivals catered for to a degree, and then New Year's.
The New Year's.
The New Year's,
and
I don't know about Halloween. It usually starts like around Thanksgiving, but
I don't know. I know at least one person in the Marvel card collecting community who has a Halloween tree and does their lawn and their house as big as people do Christmas.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of there's
Yeah.
definitely people that like to do that.
Yeah, and for them, the holidays start kind of in September.
Absolutely.
What is it? Labor Day is at the beginning of September. It's kind of the end of summer for you guys.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, pretty much from then onwards, holiday mode activated. So, but anyway, holiday mode deactivated for the next hour or so as we get into it. So, I've got a confession to make. I've never read any of the Harry Potter books.
Oh,
Have you?
okay.
Have you read the books?
No, I watched the movies all one time when they came out, and then about 3 years ago watched them all again, and then this year for whatever reason watched them again. But I may read the books. I need to read more. I may give them a shot. My sister-in-law loves them, and she's got my nephew into them, and you know, they're fun stuff. They're a big. They have a fan base, a massive fan base.
Oh my God, yeah. Well,
Massive.
one would argue it's a generation,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
pretty much. You know, so obviously, where we're going with that is for anyone who hasn't, well, has been under a rock really for the past week. Upper Deck often do this. Actually, they have their annual CDD, I think it is, Certified Diamond Dealer Conference, each year, where they get all their certified diamond dealers, you know, that's stores, distributors, together, and they show them a good time, and they present stuff, and they usually announce stuff. Well, this year, OMG. So the press release reads, January the 7th, 2026, Carlsbad, California. Upper Deck, the global leader in sports and entertainment collectibles, is adding another iconic license to its extensive portfolio, announcing a deal to create collectibles surrounding the beloved Harry Potter franchise. News of the collaboration between Upper Deck and Warner Brothers Discovery Global Consumer Products, oh my God, that's a long word, was delivered to media and prospective retailers in a unique way inspired by the world of Harry Potter. The agreement will enable Upper Deck to provide fans with even more ways to connect with the acclaimed franchise as the collectibles leader lends its expertise to create unique premium products for Harry Potter fans around the world to enjoy. I mean, it's a word salad, so I'm not going to read too much more of this out, apart from this quote from Jason. Jason? Do you have an extra H in your first name, Jason? I haven't been on the whiskey. Jason Mosherup president of Upper Deck, says, Harry Potter is easily one of the most sought-after licenses in today's entertainment landscape. The combination of nostalgia, iconic characters, and rich storytelling has sustained its cultural relevance for decades. Adding the Harry Potter franchise to our portfolio is a true testament to the quality and innovation that Upper Deck delivers to its licensors and collectors. I mean, what say you, gentlemen, when you heard this news?
I'm one of those guys. I'd never read any of the books, saw the movies, got pulled in, and I realized how interesting the IP is to people, how big it's gotten. Everything at Universal Studios, all the rides, it's gone from their toys, Lego sets. They've really traversed the land.
Play.
Yeah.
There's a stage play,
right,
which is kind of the next chapter in the story,
and so
some years afterwards.
Even if something is right down your alley, no pun intended, it's right down your alley or not, it's always been wildly interesting how massive it grew in such a short period of time. That catches my interest. And I've always enjoyed it. I think that having a card set like this is going to be something a little different. I don't know if there's been too many things put out in the past that are serial numbered high-end collectibles with their IP. I know they mass produce a lot of stuff. I don't know of too many that are on the limited end.
Well, here's the thing. Upper Deck aren't the first company to have the Harry Potter cards license. So Artbox had it back in the day when the films were kind of coming out through the noughties. But they put out sets for pretty much every movie, I believe. I don't know the exact number of sets that they put out, but I know that there are an awful lot of very sought after and getting very expensive now autograph cards. I think they're on card, and we're talking all the main cast, pretty much.
Okay.
I don't know if Gambon or Harris signed, Dumbledore, because both of them popped their clogs at relevant points. But I know all the leads did, Daniel Radcliffe, the ginger guy, Rupert Grint, Emma Watson. I know they've signed. So there are some pretty bonkers ones out there. I'm pretty sure Gary Oldman signed for those sets as well. So there are things out there. In fact, I'm just looking at now. A 2004 Artbox Harry Potter Prisoner of Azkaban card signed by Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, and Rupert Grint, sold at Goldin for $43,920 in 2021.
Wow.
That was PSA graded at 7 with the autos at 9.
Okay.
But that's the level
that it's been to already.
Yeah, that's the level that's out there. So, but you're right. I'm pretty sure. I don't know for sure, actually. So I don't know what I just contradicted myself. But I'm not aware of the numbered, the current, like the way cards are currently produced, existing in the Harry Potter. Maybe they did, but I don't think Artbox went there.
Yeah. Right. And even in a generality for their IP. Just for products in general, I think their fan base is gonna the cracks at the apple to get limited stuff is probably a lot smaller. So any chance to get into a premium card set or something like this, I can see it being big.
Yeah. Interestingly, because I'm referencing here a Sports Illustrated article as well, and they just made that very point actually. Upper Deck now enters that landscape with a very different toolkit than earlier licensors had. Deeper experience with premium inserts, serialized parallels, original artwork, and modern chase structure that appeal to today's collectors. So it is going to be a whole different ballgame, I think.
I was kind of thinking 2016 masterpieces changing of the game as far as, really bringing some high-end parallels and stuff to it.
Yeah. I mean, we know Upper Deck have been getting closer and closer with Warner Brothers because obviously they did the Matrix set, they did the Matrix Legendary TCG as well. They've got the DC license, so it was kind of only natural that this would happen. So my mind goes to the sale of Warner Brothers to either Netflix or Paramount, notwithstanding, because I know that's still up in the air. My mind goes to all the other things that Warner Brothers have got. IP wise
Mm-hmm.
that could come that way. And my mind immediately goes blank to think of what they are. I know it sounds bonkers, but is Lethal Weapon, aren't they Warner Brothers movies at the opening of that?
Believe so.
I think maybe.
It kind of feels like it. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just thinking of how many other really untapped worlds we could go in, because I'd give my left nut for a really good, comprehensive Lethal Weapon set with
Mhm.
some of those actors. Joe Pesci's getting up there. Let's get his
Yep.
autograph on a card.
They all of them are.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Anyway, back to Harry Potter. I tell you what's interesting about that press release was, and it does go on. There's a lot more in there, but was the expression that they are going to. Sorry, I'm just scanning back over it now because there's a lot. Announced a deal to create collectibles. So that doesn't necessarily limit it to trading cards. In fact, I'd be very surprised if they didn't do legendary or even a bespoke TCG for it. They're going to do their Upper Deck Gallery print stuff. I mean, they'd be mad not to. I mean, you can imagine. So, in terms of the kind of the richness of that world, I guess you could say it's up there with Lord of the Rings in terms of the artistic, inspiration and license that people could go to create stuff.
Right.
Absolutely.
There's a lot there. There's 8 books.
Yeah.
7 books.
Well, there's a lot you can do with it. I mean, they can go back and revisit all the movies. They could do tie-ins with the theme park because that's super popular. There's a new HBO show coming out that's going to be more. Each season is going to be a more in-depth adaptation of the books than the movies were. So that's ripe for the picking. Upper Deck I've noticed Upper Deck products in Targets and Walmarts more and more lately. Harry Potter is primed for that because that's going to get the Harry Potter fans that may not know about Upper Deck or collecting cards kind of in the way we're familiar with it, and bring them in, because a lot of times I know Harry Potter fans, if they see something Harry Potter, they get it. So this is going to be a good way to get some folks into the trading card hobby through Harry Potter. And I'm sure there will be Harry Potter PMGs, no doubt.
Well, funny you should mention that. Actually, it's they're talking about the 2 sets that have been announced so far. So the first release will be Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, or in the UK it's called Philosopher's Stone.
Right.
I don't know why there's that difference. I think I did read somewhere back in the day when it came out that it was because it was felt that American audiences wouldn't understand the word philosophers. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. Anyway, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, 25th anniversary trading cards. Time to celebrate the milestone anniversary of the franchise's debut film. The set is expected to feature familiar Upper Deck staples such as Upper Deck debuts, high gloss finishes, and outburst parallels, including a gold 1-of-1 chase. So those are all those sports parallels that they did in the Marvel Studios Series 1 and 2 set.
Right.
They also did a couple of them in the What If set. So I find that really interesting. Upper Deck are more and more using those sports, very, very well established sports card designs on entertainment products. No Time to Die had portraits, for example.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, people are going to go nuts for the
Absolutely.
the high gloss, especially, and the outbursts. I mean, are you familiar? Have you had? I mean, Jason, you opened some Marvel Studios Series 1 and 2. Josh, you may well have opened some sports product that had them in. But yeah, you've seen those outburst cards. They're nice.
Yeah, I think I sent the ones I had to you. But yeah, I liked the outburst cards for sure. They're nice. I liked a lot of those inserts, the outburst, the profile, the holographics, all those.
Holographics are nice. Yeah. So who knows what we'll see in that? Yeah, Dazzlers. So
Dazzlers would be prime for Harry
really
Potter. Yeah.
Dazzlers would be lovely for this. So
Absolutely.
Once you start thinking about the card designs that Upper Deck do, that are Upper Deck specific, and you start thinking about the Harry Potter world, and you start putting those together in your head, and yeah, it's like you just
Yeah.
mentioned PMGs. You can imagine the medallions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The medallions of this would be good. All right, you think that's good? You wait till you hear what the second one is. That will be followed by Fleer Ultra Harry Potter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, Sailor. A product that leans into Fleer Ultra's design heritage while incorporating original art cards.
Original art. Yep. There we go.
Yeah. Whether it will be here's an interesting thing. I don't know if they got the rights to do the original art of the movie characters, or whether it will be based more loosely, kind of depicting, as it was in the book. So,
Right.
that'd be interesting to see. An intriguing angle for collectors who value illustration and visual storytelling as much as character recognition. Core characters including Harry Potter, Ron Weasley, Hermione Granger, Dumbledore and Snape will make their official Upper Deck trading card debuts. Both releases will be available through certified diamond dealers, mass retail and Upper Deck's e-pack platform. So mass retail, Jason, that speaks to your Target and Walmart,
Right.
Barnes and Noble experience, positioning the line for both traditional collectors and digital-first audiences. This Sports Illustrated article is actually really good because it goes on to say why this matters for the hobby. Upper Deck's Harry Potter deal lands at a moment where non-sports cards are no longer a side category, but a central pillar of the hobby. I think that's fair to say.
Interesting statement.
That's fair to say, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, the reason I find that an interesting statement is because I've seen it. I've seen quite a lot of the bigger sports card side creators doing more non-sports content, and in some cases setting up entirely new non-sports versions of their kind of brands.
Yeah.
Which is intriguing me. I think a lot of that is probably because that's the way the wind was blowing with Fanatics tops. Marvel and all that license. So with pop culture, non-sport cards driving massive grading volumes, strong secondary prices and new collector entry points, Harry Potter feels less like a nostalgia play and more like a strategic anchor.
I like that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
For Upper Deck, it's a statement license. I mean, that's true. I mean, listen, it's got people talking about it. I mean, we're talking about it. But I've seen so many news articles this week being picked up, so much content coming out, talking about it. I think it's a big win for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's fascinating. I mean, there's one kind of slight thorn, as I did see on a couple of the posts, people bringing in the whole J.K. Rowling and her views, which some people find less appealing. That's always going to be a bit of a taint, unfortunately, and it may impact on how many of that original cast want to be involved in Harry Potter collectibles going forward.
It could be, but with the show coming out, they've got a whole new crop.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking. Those new folks
projects and
will probably be under some sort of, if they've got any sense, they'd have put them under some sort of contract whereby, we expect you to do this and this and this.
Yeah.
And not to get morbid, but with the original cast of the Harry Potter films, a lot of them have passed away. Richard Harris, Michael Gambon, Robbie Coltrane, who played Hagrid, Alan Rickman,
Maggie Smith
recently passed away, and then some of the other, like the actress that played Draco Malfoy's mother, she passed away, but quite a few have passed away over time. And I think the last movie came out 2011, 2012. It's been now they had the there was like a spin-off, like 3 movies, the Grindelwald.
Oh, the
Magical Beasts and Where to Find
Beasts.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, we go. There we go. We both
Those are fun.
Those didn't seem to. I think when people think Harry Potter, it's that.
I haven't seen those.
They were fun.
I saw the first one.
Have they finished them now? It's been a while since the last one. Have they kind of wrapped that up? Do you think?
I'm not sure.
I don't think so. I don't think it's done yet. I've seen 1 and 2.
Yeah, because
pretty sure the stories.
I think
Johnny Depp, didn't they?
I think there's 3 of them because they.
Yes.
For the third one, they recast Johnny Depp with Mads Mikkelsen.
Okay.
Because that was in the during the whole Amber Heard thing.
That's right. So. That's right. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a massive fan of Harry Potter. I don't have any of the original cards. I don't have any desire to get any of the original cards necessarily. So I don't think I'm the target audience for it. That said, I think there's plenty of people who are. I mean, hats off to them.
Yeah.
If this gives Upper Deck a profile boost and a kind of a foothold still on the pop culture trading card side of things after the Marvel license departed, then and so be it. I mean, it's not like they've not had anything going on. They've had the James Bond stuff going on, and they've had The Boys and Halo and various other ones. So they've still got a lot of clout there.
Sort of a unique IP too, in a sense. There's not many, in the non-sports spectrum. There's not many players in the, I'll try to go call it magic or sorcery kind of realm. There's a ton of sci-fi. There's a ton of action. There's how many comic and superhero, IPs out there competing. You don't have a lot of in this realm. It's pretty much Harry Potter. They've pretty much kind of taken over.
Yeah. So it's exciting. I saw one of the guys who works at Upper Deck that I followed posted a little video, and I think they did something in one of the theme parks. I don't know where their certified diamond dealer thing is. It might be Florida. It's somewhere relatively warm anyway at this time of year. So, and they clearly took them to some sort of place where they had a Hogwarts castle kind of thing. So it must have been one of the theme parks.
Yeah, it's Islands of Adventure.
Yeah, they had projections and all that sort of stuff going on, and unique like wax sealed envelopes with the invitation from Upper Deck and all that sort of stuff.
Okay.
It looked really cool. So they've clearly, put a bit of effort behind getting all the influential people, all the journalists, all the dealers, those certified diamond dealers, even off to a good start with it. So yeah, I think hats off to them. Well done. Watch this space, I guess.
Yeah.
Not much more we can say about it until we actually see something pop out. I haven't got a card cam set up, and for those on audio, this won't mean nothing, but we'll have a little palette cleanser, and boy, what a palette cleanser this will be. I got my hands on some Topps Chrome Marvel Studios.
Okay.
I've only bought some singles so far.
Gotcha.
Jason, did you say you'd got a blaster of this?
No, I haven't.
What was
I haven't. I haven't been after the new year. I've kind of not gone hunting cards and purchased any cards since the new year. I know that's a week, but
is this a new resolution? This isn't a
no.
You're not turned over a new leaf. You're not.
Well, I need to slow down because I organized all my cards and I have a bunch of like just random stuff that I bought that I never did anything with, blaster upon blaster, and I don't really have a desire to build that set out anymore. So I'm just kind of, the last thing I bought was a box of Invincible cards, which I've got those here if you want to see them after you show the MCU. So
well, I've only got a few. I just wanted to I will say, I think we talked. Have we talked about this with the autos in this set? There's a lot of autos in this set.
Yes,
there's a lot of autos that I really want to get. That said, when I saw the card design, I did breathe a slight sigh of relief. It has grown on me a bit much, but I'm just going to show you. So I've just gone in for some cards of the Eternals characters. So the set covers all through all the movies, right up to Fantastic Four First Steps.
Right.
And so the Eternals have got like maybe 10 cards. I think they run from about 170. The card number's 117 to about 127, something like that. Like 10 characters from the Eternals movie. Okay. So those are the ones I'm focusing on. When I say those are the ones I'm focusing on, I then did this little spreadsheet and I figured out that each one of those characters has over 30 parallels.
Jeez.
So
Yeah.
I think I drew a line at the end of a 9-up, and they end up 2 9-ups, so at 9 and 18. I think I'm just going to stop at the bottom of 18, because otherwise it gets a bit crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Oh,
when
yeah.
I say it gets a
It's a
bit
good
crazy,
move.
there are multiple like out of 50s. There are multiple out of 25s. It's just they're all called slightly different things. Like one's a gold wave on the 50s.
Yeah.
It's just
It's going
I
to be a
don't
lot.
know. It does feel a lot. Anyway, I present to you. So this is a base card, and obviously with the light, it doesn't bode well. I mean, you get it. It's chrome.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
there's more plastic than there is card. Let's face it.
Right.
But I mean, it's okay.
Yeah.
But basically, it's this silver bit here, and the one at the
Right.
other edge here. That's the bit that changes colour depending on what the parallel is.
Gotcha.
This middle bit with kind of the ribbon of kind of colour, if you like,
Mm-hmm.
just stays pretty consistent. So you've got the same if I show you the Cersei card. You can get the idea of that.
Okay.
So, they're okay. I mean, they feel nice.
Yeah.
But I've gotten one parallel in hand so far. A UK seller had it. And this is, and they're not, it doesn't say on the back what the parallel is. Now, I could shout until I'm blue in the face. Topps Fanatics won't change their ways on that. They'll still keep putting them out. So, it's not like Upper Deck. They'll listen to the feedback. I mean, Topps don't really give a monkeys. But, so this isn't out of 50. It's 9 out of 50. It's Ajax. And it's a gold wave. And I say wave because you can see there's kind of wavy pattern in the gold.
Right.
Mm.
Really difficult to get in the light. Yeah, there you go. You see
There
that?
it is.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
it is.
So I believe there's another version of 50 where it's gold, but there isn't that pattern behind it.
Oh my God. Okay.
Do you see what I mean? And I think they're similar with orange. I think they're similar with like black and all this sort of stuff. So it's just I don't know.
No, yeah. There's no need for the two versions of that.
Yeah,
Add the effect to the card and go as far as
Exactly.
you can with it.
Yeah.
But don't
we don't have one version with gold without the effect and one version with. But I mean,
Just to
they've already
create
done
another
it, so
parallel.
it doesn't really matter, and they'll
Yeah.
carry on because that's their business model. It's nice. That said, it's nice, but I'm only grabbing these when I see them cheap, and prices are dropping. I mean, this came out
now it
just
does
before
look
Christmas.
it does look pretty crisp, just like as far as the
It is.
edging and the corners and
Oh, yeah.
everything does look pretty crisp.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing with these Topps cards. This is why, the cash cow current hobby whatnot breaking mentality likes these because
They
they
do.
grade well.
Yes. Yep.
So
I can tell by looking at it.
it feeds the ecosystem. There's money
Mhm.
to be made. That
Mhm.
seems to be the primary thing. I mean, I sound a bit jaded here, but it just doesn't feel massively inventive. I guess
I gotcha.
is where I'm going with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
The design is not bad, but the effect that you're going for with your background and your foiling, if you put this big effect that stays constant through the center of the card, you're losing a lot of what each parallel is. You've only
That's
got
what I
some
mean.
landscape.
Yeah. You've got maybe
So,
a third of the
it's
card
an
there that
interesting
you can use
choice.
for the effect. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Listen, it's happening, like it or not. So
it is.
and
It is.
if you think if the term "grow the hobby" means more collectors, more secondary, more money, a more vibrant economy within the sector. If that's the definition of grow the hobby, then I guess you could say that they are doing that. I don't know how sustainable that is with that whole whatnot screaming at people to bid more kind of mentality. I'm not saying that all Whatnot people do that, but it's I don't know. I'm not like to Whatnot anytime soon, as a buyer or seller for that reason. But yeah, I mean, I'll pick up a few more, but the autos are pretty much the same. They've just got the sticker bit along the middle. It's kind of a there's a pale bit across the middle, and the autos go on top of that. And there are some actors that I like, but again, like I said, I'm just keeping my eye because so much of it is hitting eBay. It's ridiculous, and the price is already dropping. I've just been clicking cards to watch and just letting them ride, and then seeing where they end up. And I saw a black out of 10 Salma Hayek the other day, and it ended for about. It was less than $10.
Oh wow!
Well, it ended during the day as well, so it's partly down to the seller. But still, that's the thing. If there are deals out there, obviously if you're going for the big characters, then have at it. But for me, going for the Eternals, I think I'll just pick them up as I go. Anyway, Jason, let's see these Invincible ones you've got going on.
Okay, so they're produced by Keepsake Edition.
Keepsake?
Yes. And it's they have hobby boxes for like $69. You're guaranteed 2 relic cards, and then there's blaster boxes that you're guaranteed 1 relic card. But this is the base. Real simple.
Okay. Yeah, it's clean.
Base, but the back, there's really just the credits. There's not much
species abilities.
His ability, his species. That's about it. But
so it's really leaning into the visual and the design of the. Is it the show or the comic that we're going for? Is it the animated show?
I want to say that the base set is really the show, but then there's some other elements that kind of lean into the comics. Kind of a combination of both. The art in the show and the comic is real similar to me.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Yeah, they tried intentionally to use that animation style on the show.
Yeah, and then there's some you can't pick it up on my camera, like blue foil.
Right. I can see the shine.
The problem is that it doesn't tell you on the back what the parallel is.
Right. Okay.
So like this is a black foil.
Right.
And like the back of it just says, season 1 kill cannon.
Yeah. But I like that too. I think it's it does. They didn't try to do too much. It's clean.
And then also part of the base set, and these I think are all foil. They have like a Mauler twins kind of insert. They all go into the base set. Like this is number 203 or
203.
Yeah, it's a big set.
How big is the set? Wow.
It's big because I think they even include the relic cards in the numbering as well. We'll get to that.
Okay.
And let's see. And then they've got this is called pop art.
Okay.
And then I got 2 of the same. I think these are the silver foil versions of the pop art, but I got the same.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay.
So, as far as relic cards, so I got a gold relic out of 10.
When it says relic, what's
it's
in it?
It's a comic cut.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, but this is the cut. I don't know what the hell that is.
Oh, that's really strange.
Okay.
So it's not even a panel.
No,
it's a strip.
It's just
that's bizarre.
Strip. It looks like his arm, or I don't know, but it's foiled. I like the image and like the presentation, but the clipping is I don't know. It's so I got a dual relic again. nice presentation, but I
Yeah,
get
yeah.
fist and then some rubble. It's
Yeah,
not.
that ain't good. That ain't good. I mean, at least with Upper Deck,
Yeah.
they choose the panels.
Yeah, and
Um,
then I got out of 5 everybody's favorite character signatures.
oh, you're kidding me.
Yeah, so this is Donald. He's one of the. I don't want to spoil it if you watch the show, but anyway, but yeah, they have these character laser signatures, but this is a gold one. It's the Omega 5 out of 5.
Okay. I mean, you can. For those listening, my face is kind of doing that screwed
Yeah.
up.
I
Terry
didn't that
Tribbiani
that
smile on
was like in the
face.
first or second pack I opened.
Oh wow.
So I mean it's an okay set.
Yeah.
They're sturdy cards. They feel good. The foiling's nice on them. I got lucky with some low number cards, but like it's a lame comic cut and a
Yeah.
fake
And
signature.
with their comic book origins, you think they would have knocked those cuts out. It's tough.
I've looked at some of them and I haven't seen too many cuts that are winners. So I
Yeah.
don't know what the deal is there.
Get what they were going for there.
Yeah. Ian looks deep in thought.
Yeah, no, those comic cuts are just like, I mean, yeah, yeah. I
It was a
don't
little
understand that at all.
it was a little deflating.
Yeah, that's kind of taken the wind out of my sails. Don't know about you, Josh, but I feel a bit sad for Jason.
Yeah,
after
it's
that.
with the
now you can see why I haven't bought anything.
Yeah,
for a little bit, held off for a moment.
Yeah.
I may pick up if I see a blaster of the MCU Chrome, I may grab one just to see.
Yeah, I mean, I think at least the quality, whatever you think about the design, the QA is good on them. So I just don't think the concepts and the inventiveness of that all there. But like I said, I'm basing my opinion on 5 cards that I've got in hand.
Right.
So I haven't opened a box. I haven't seen the other types of inserts that are in the product. I can only go on what I'm able to get, and I don't have the money to buy a box at the moment. So,
and as a producer, they're
cheap.
relatively small, aren't they? The company you said, Jason, that produces those.
Oh, Keepsake.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so it has to be probably, they don't have many reps as far as doing sets like this. It has to be one of their earliest attempts.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, it looks like it's a collaboration with Skybound, which is Robert
Kirkman's
company and Amazon.
Yeah. So you think maybe, and it's some of the stuff comes along with time. Is you have to go through and take your lumps. It gets, there's a process to lead up to get there to that mountaintop where you're really knocking out some high end parallels.
Yeah, but I found they had like GameStop had like just hanger packs of Invincible for a while. I've seen those, but then there's a store called Books A Million that's similar to Barnes & Noble that had the hobby and blaster boxes there.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, it's nice to have different stuff to play with, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's face it. I mean, we're going to have Harry Potter coming out of our ears in a few months' time. So, the last thing I kind of had on my list to kind of touch on this week, and I sent you a link to this at the time. Of course, the link is now expired because I think it was a story. It could have been a post, but he's taken it down. Either way, it's no longer there. But I remember enough about it to kind of talk on it. But before I get into it, I am gonna kind of give the guy some props. So the guy I'm talking about is a guy called he goes on Instagram by the name of Stacking Slabs. A guy called Brett McGrath. He's got over 16,000 followers, so he's quite a big deal. He's even written a book about collecting. Collecting for keeps, finding meaning in a hobby built on hype. I like the sound of that. I only kind of really know him through Instagram. I don't know him at all. I haven't really had a chance to digest much of his content aside from what he puts on Instagram. I know he has recently, very recently, only a matter of weeks ago, had a little baby girl, third daughter. So congratulations to you, Brett. Anyway,
Congratulations. Yeah.
so Brett posted a couple of weeks back, and I remember messaging him and saying I really like this. I think it's really cool. Would love to talk about it on the podcast. No, it was a comment because it was a comment that I said, and he did reply to the comment because it's not in my messages. So he must have taken the post down. Anyway, the post was about something called that he calls boomerang cards. And now I'd not heard of this phrase, so I don't know if it's a Brettism.
I
Or if
remember
it's,
that. Yeah.
you remember it? You remember it?
Yep.
I don't know if it's a Brettism or if it's a more widely known thing. Have you ever heard of that phrase before?
No, but
No.
it once I read what he had described it makes sense, but I've never
Yeah.
heard that before.
Yeah. So it's basically, he's come up with a really good name for something that I think a lot of us, this is why it kind of struck a chord with me. So he was basically saying boomerang cards are cards that you've owned, that you've parted with. Either you've chosen to part with them or you've had to part with them financially, whatever the reason. And they find their way back to you. Either you decide you want them back, which is difficult if it's a low numbered thing. You might not have the cost of re-entry to that particular card, especially if it's really low numbered or one of one. But it's basically something that you part with that you might decide, actually I shouldn't have parted with that, or I wish I hadn't had to, but I didn't have any money, I needed to sell something, I needed liquidity, whatever it may be. I really like that concept, and I'm sure Brett will probably have done content or be doing content about that very thing, which maybe why he took the post down, but he did give me blessings to talk about it, so we're talking about it. Have you ever had something that you would class as like a boomerang card, something that you've parted with and then sought to get back, or parted with and you're still on your list to get back?
Not with cards. I haven't really had, if I parted with something, I was okay with it. Comic books, I have in the past had an issue or a run, sold it for whatever reason, and then kind of get it back, and kind of constantly maybe upgrading to get a better copy. But I've done that with comic book issues. Certain issues I've parted with, and then for whatever reason decide I want it
Yeah.
again. But not with cards.
Now, Josh, I know what the answer might be for you if it was women. You're muted, by the way. But you're still muted. No, I don't know. If you pushed a button somewhere. Josh has muted himself. Hang on. Hold the line, caller. We'll get him back. Let me see if I can unmute you from
There you
here.
go.
Will it?
We're good.
Oh, there we go. He's back.
We're good.
He's
I found
back.
it. Yep. I'm back.
Did you fall asleep and hit the button or something?
No, it disconnected, connected, and stayed muted. So I gotta.
Weird.
I see the red button now. Yeah. So I've had kudos to him. Killer terminology if he did create it. This one strikes pretty hard for me. 2018 Rainbow Holographic Achievement Spider-Man. I have bought and sold more times than I can tell you. I've owned probably 10 of them.
I remember seeing you posting them. Now you mention it, yeah.
It was one of my biggest things where I said, "Oh my God, this card is going to be one of the Grail cards for Masterpieces. This is one of the nicest Spider-Mans done by one of the best artists. The foiling, everything was perfect. The gold trim, it was perfect. The card was perfect, and I bought my first one at 500." And of course, this is scalable when you're getting into, business and stuff, end of the hobby. But a card like that certainly has a pretty calculable life to it when you buy and sell it. So even though I sold it the first time at 500, bought it again at 1,000, I bought many, many of them at 1,000, knowing that, they were well over that had a few graded, got a couple 9s, never got that 10 mint. But Eugene now is a proud owner of the nicest one I've ever had graded.
Oh
and,
wow.
Okay.
came back at. And yeah, so he has that sitting on his, when we were doing the episode with him, he has that sitting on the screen right next to him. And yeah, so that card for me, the number has to be 6 or 7.
Wow.
And it
Wow.
was just a great experience with that card, because it kind of taught me some things step outside of serial numbering, because of the creation, the artist, the character, the card algebra we kind of gone over. And so that one for me was you couldn't lose. You couldn't lose. The only thing you could do wrong was not buy more.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've back and forth with that one in my life.
Wow. Have you currently got one, or are you without at the moment?
No, I've got the I went to the Bianchi breakfast there and got one of the 50 canvas prints signed by Simone. And that thing framed up on the wall is pretty special to me. And it trumps any. I mean, I've got it in the frame with the preliminary version, also
Nice.
signed by him. And in the base and it to me, that's just it's I love that card. I love the art, and so I hold on to that print and a few of the versions of the card. But yeah, I don't have. Eugene's the proud owner of to a couple of them of mine.
Wow.
So
Wow.
and I knew they were going to the right place with him, because
Yeah.
my main goal was for something I loved so much. That helps Upper Deck showing what they do. That helps Masterpieces. That helps the non-sports hobby, in my opinion. A card like that getting seen by as many people as possible. So yeah, that was my boomerang card for sure.
Goodness me. Oh, that's a good one. Wow. Okay. So mine's also going to be Masterpieces 2018. Because the weird thing is, I've had collectibles that have been boomerang collectibles before. So like you, Jason, when I think about it, I can immediately think of when I was doing retro video games, a Neo Geo Pocket Color, which had a limited release in the UK and maybe saw a dozen titles or so before they pulled the plug. Much bigger in Japan, and beautiful little, probably the size of an iPhone but thicker, handheld console with 2 joysticks. Really small color screen, and given when it came out, late 90s, early noughties, was pretty ahead of its time. Little cartridge went in with the game on. It was hilarious. It's brilliant. And I've bought and sold 2 of those over the time. Do I have a hankering to go back and get another one? I don't think I do, no. But I loved it at the time. But with cards, it would be Masterpieces 2018. And this is, I often say, and I've said this before, that I never regret parting with stuff if I've chosen to part with it. Because I always like to feel that, and in most cases I do feel this. I've owned it. I've enjoyed it. I've passed it on, and there's usually a good reason that I've decided to pass on with it. Either my collecting taste has changed, and/or I need a bit of extra cash, or a combination of both is the sweet spot. If I've decided to move it on and I can make a bit of money out of it, happy days. This one was the Gold Gallery, number to 99. I had the full set of them from Masterpieces 2018. Now the thing is with 2018 in particular, but also with the gallery set on all of the Masterpieces sets, the regular gallery is a canvas, and so I often find the colours a little bit dull on that. It doesn't have that sharpness.
Distorted. Yes, sir.
But once you go up to Gold Gallery, and I'm not really talking about Masterpieces 22 and 24 here, because the gallery changed in those years and went to all sorts of different weird colorings, and it was wildly off center and all this sort of stuff. So I'm talking about the OG 2016, 2018, 2020 Gold Gallery. It's gloss, so that image is on gloss,
Was
like a base card would be, and you just get it's just brighter, and then you've got the gold foiling around the outside, just lifts it, which is why for 2018 masterpieces, I've got my base and all that in my binder, but I've been picking up PSA graded orange because the orange foil really lifts the whole piece. Just lifts it, whereas I think the purple just kind of dulls it down even more, because Simone's artwork's represented quite darkly in that set. But the gold gallery are just chef's kiss. They're stunning cards to have.
phenomenal.
Yeah,
Absolutely
and I
true.
parted with them, and I parted with them probably around the peak of things being sold. So I got a very fair value for them, and I can't complain in any way whatsoever. They went a long way towards paying for a holiday that we had a few years ago. So, no complaints on that front. But since then, I've discovered a wider appreciation for that particular set, because at the time I was parting with all of my parallels, because I was like, why do I have, with very few exceptions, unless it's a set I'm really going in for, and there aren't many of those, I was deciding, I've got Masterpieces base, why do I need the gold signature and the what if as well? So I was offloading those, because I was like, as long as I've got one copy of each card, it's taking up a lot of space as well, especially these thick sets. So I really kind of trimmed back, and that went because I already had the base gallery, the canvas gallery. But yeah, that's the one thing that I would say. I wouldn't say I regret it, but I do want them back, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
If I could turn back time, would I
It's the best canvas set.
Yeah. If I could have gone back time and would I have not parted with them, I probably still would have done, because at the time it was the right decision. But I do want them. I do want them back.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, it hasn't come back to me, but there's one card when I was early on to collecting I got and didn't really know what I had, and I should have kept it, and I sold it on ComC, and every now and then it pops up, and I kind of like, that's kind of one I would wish I had kept. The 2018-2019 Spider-Man Pack Wars achievement card.
Oh, Marvel Annual, yeah?
Dang. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And now, do you know why that one's special, don't you?
Refresh my memory.
So Pack Wars, back in the day with Marvel Annual 2018-2019, every week, just for playing, you got, you'd win a few games and you'd be on the leaderboard. Now, the leaderboard had 100 slots, okay? In subsequent years, they started doing something where if you were in slots 1 to 10, you got a card that was numbered to 10. If you were on slots 11 to 25, you got a card that was numbered to 25 and your card numbered to 10, etc., etc. In 2018-2019, they hadn't kind of figured that out yet or introduced that. Everyone who finished on the leaderboard 1 to 100 got an achievement card that was numbered out of 100. Now, it was random. It's not like you got the alpha if you were the first space. I think it was just random the way it popped out. Now, because it didn't stay as popular throughout the entire run, some weeks you could just play and win 3 games and you'd still be in the top 100. Because there was a very sharp drop-off over the people who were heading for the top 5 or top 1 spot to get like sketches or whatever whatever that achievement was. Come week, I want to say week 11 or week 13.
13. I'm looking at it on ComC right now.
Pack Wars ran out of stock. Basically, it sold out. So the leaderboard didn't have 100 people on it. I think it was like 3 days into the week or something stupid like that. I've got it on my emails because I got a sold out notification and I got the email. So I could dig back and get it, but I didn't prepare it, so I'm not going to do that now. So not all 100 copies of that Spider-Man card were issued. I'm thinking, I don't know for sure how many. I did once know. In my head, I want to say around 40. I think it was possibly being discussed, but I don't know that for a fact, so don't take my word for it. But there ain't that many of that one out there. So yeah,
And that was like the 1 week that I got really into playing Pack Wars and got the achievement.
yeah.
I was
So,
a sweet
yeah.
summer child. I had no idea what I was thinking or doing.
But
But it started to. I'm looking at it on ComC. It's starting to go down. It's getting a little more reasonable on some
That's
of
the
them. So
it's one of those things, and I'm hoping that someone doesn't see this episode as something hyping or pimping a certain card, and it goes up in value and screws you. In which case, I'll have to go and delete the last 10 minutes worth of podcast. But it is one of those cards that people just don't know about, unless you were there and around at the time.
right.
You wouldn't know that circumstance, and so people probably look at it. And most people probably look at it and think, "Oh yeah, that's out of 100." Well, it is, but it isn't.
Yeah. Let's not hype it up too much.
Yeah, maybe 40 or 50 of them out there, maybe tops. So, yeah. So don't go and buy them. Sell them really cheap to Jason. He would like to stack them. I have a copy.
I just like the look of it, man. Spider-Man's my favorite character. Red's
Yeah.
my favorite color. I like it.
I will say that those achievement cards from that year.
I say that.
Sorry, carry on, Josh.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, we've lost Josh again. Oh, he's fallen in the well of internet souls.
Oh no,
He'll be back
good.
in.
I tell people all the time, look, don't. Am I back? Am I back?
You
Yes.
are back now,
I tell people all the time, try to keep your mind open to achievement cards and things of that nature, because a lot of times there's these home runs that are undiscovered. They just don't get. They could be connected to a big set, but you just don't see them because you didn't explore. And some of them are real winners because they're not afraid to go different with achievements. You know, they often step outside the norm. I mean, by definition, it's got to be special, or at least they're trying to make it special. So you find these really great cards.
Yeah. Well, when I was organizing all my cards, I have a little stack I put together of EPAC achievements. Now they're not high level ones. They're like usually like kind of first or second kind of tier of achievement, but still they're unique. I like them. Or I also have ones that were EPAC only, like some, like I've got a Tiger Woods that was game dated moments.
Yes,
I bought one when he played in the Masters the year I went, and I got the gold. So I kept that. And then when they have exclusive or like the couple of the Marvel Weekly MCU sets, like the Spider-Verse one, I've got some of those because they're just kind of they're different. They're not like some of the high level, like some of the masterpiece ones y'all are talking about, but I've kind of got those kind of as their own little category.
Right. Yeah. When oftentimes when something pops up on EPAC, it's the first thing I'll do is go to the achievement section, click on it, and just see what they're doing.
Yeah.
What do they got? What do I, so I can kind of be like, okay, maybe I'm going to either chase that or not. And if it's too long of a haul, I'll wait till they get resoluted, and I'll snag one if the price is feasible. But man, it's a cool place to find some things. You're like, what is that? And it's nice, because none of these cards you're going to click on are going to be normal. They're going to be something special, a little different. So it's a fun place to look around, see some new ideas.
So, I was just looking on EPAC at those, and there are 13 of them, as you said. There's some really, they're lovely cards in hand as well. The Captain Marvel was the first one. You've got a real mix of characters, very much of the time, as Marvel Annual is. You've got Mighty Thor, you've got Black Panther, then you've got some very more time-specific ones. Old Man Hawkeye, Requiem, Voyager, Doctor Voodoo, Amadeus Cho, Star-Lord, Havoc. Oh, that's a bonkers costume he's got. And someone called Requiem. I don't know who Requiem is. Red Hulk. So there's a nice spread there. Some top ends, some more deep cuts, but Yeah, they're a lovely little set. I did consider parting with it recently, but 2018 and 19 annual is kind of my. It's one
It's
of
a
my
good.
keepers, I think. One of my
It's
keepers.
it's a good one. It may be a little late, but I've thought about going back into that. But I like it.
I might try and get a blue and a purple set. The purple's the more limited. I mean, getting a red set would be the ultimate achievement, but
Oh yeah,
the red set you got from the Pack Wars Digitals. So, yeah, I think
yeah,
I've only seen a few full sets of those pop up, and they all went for a lot.
yeah. I know that it was the Spider-Man one was a fight for that one,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
because
yeah.
I like that Spider-Man card. I have a purple of that Spider-Man card from that
Nice.
set. I've got a purple, a blue, the rainbow, and the base of the
Mm,
Spider-Man from 2018-19.
So actually, that's an interesting one. We will do an episode at some point, and it'll probably be a video one as well. This one, where we look at EPAC achievements people may not know about, and just have a look at them and just show some of them in
Yes.
hand, because I've got a
Awesome.
fair few of those. I just think it'd be a really good thing to do. A few people do similar stuff. I know Amanda's done some stuff with Keith Boyle, where they show EPAC achievements in hand as well. I just think it would be a really, really cool thing to do because, a lot of the time they're
Absolutely.
shiny. EPAC scans are never what
Never do them
you'd like
justice.
them to be, especially the
Mhm.
shinier the better. The shinier it is, the darker the EPAC scan, the less, the less appealing it appears. So, but boomerang cards. So I guess I would say, please, if you've got a boomerang card, please comment either on Instagram here or on Spotify or on our YouTube under the video of this podcast or on our Facebook post, or just drop us a note. Just say, what's your boomerang card, or cards that you have either regained or are seeking to regain that you maybe wish you hadn't parted with. I think it's great. So thank you, Brett. If you want to find Brett, not that he needs many more followers because he's up to 16,000 or so. Wouldn't that be nice, eh? Wouldn't that be nice? What's going on? Stupid Instagram. It's going all funny on me. So yes, Brett can be found at. He says, trying to find him. Come on, where are you, Brett? As soon as you put Instagram down and you reopen it, it doesn't stay where you were. It kind of resets itself. It can be found at Stacking Slabs. Stacking with
Stacking
a G, not
Slabs.
stacking. Stacking. So yeah, throw him a follow. Tell him we sent you. He'll be like, who? But yeah. And maybe we'll have him on at some point. That'd be cool.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
He sounds like a really swell chap. Although if he's got a new baby, he'd probably be a bit busy at the moment.
He probably is.
He's got his hands full. And priorities, exactly, etc. That's about all I've got for this week, kids. Unless you've got anything else that you wanted to bring into the mix.
No, all I got is if anybody has been into One Piece lately, go and check out their official site for their new way of displaying cards. One Piece has been trying to solve this problem we have with like EPAC and scans. It's not just Upper Deck, it's everyone struggled to make some of these hollow cards and cards with kaleidoscope effects and stuff really do on the website and the scans what we're looking at. And so One Piece has come up with a new way of showing you these cards, and they are true as they are in your hand.
Wow.
Every gold shimmer, every line in the background effects and the foiling, everything is great. You can grab the card and swivel like you could if it was in your hand, and it will shimmer with the star pattern in the background or the rainbow or the circle pattern. It will give you the full true.
Nice.
So I have to expect that there's light on the horizon for all of our scans, Marvel everywhere, because just take a little bit of time. If you're into cards, I've never seen a scanning process like this that shows, I would imagine, 4K, 8K. It's amazing, and you can blow it up, look at it every angle. So interesting in a sense. However their process is, I think it's going to spread.
Very nice.
Cool.
Very nice. All right. Well, hopefully next week we'll have Mr. Keith and Mr. Wesley back in the house. Because I don't know about you, I miss Wesley.
Yeah, this is guys.
And Beard. Gorgeous. All right. This week, Josh. I think I'm going to ask you to lead us out this week, Josh. Until next time, what do you want to say, folks?
Everyone, enjoy collecting.